his office, meet him, and he said, and this is not reliable, go back.
You were losing
Right.
vision, you didn't feel it?
Our AI is working beyond human cognition.
What kind of boss are you?
Hmm.
As a founder, you have to, tell your stories to investors, right?
Money looking at money. Money don't looking at mission.
So Kevin, do you think you are on the right track?
Unicorn 1 billion is not our goal.
Your friends think that you want to change the world. What's that vision?
Like our mission.
In this episode, I spoke with Mediwhale co-founder and CEO Kevin Choi about how he managed to convince doctors to use their solutions, why he chose the US as their next market immediately after home country success, and the biggest mistakes he has made as a leader. This is Asia Tech Lens.
What do you think your friends would say about you?
I'm too confident sometimes forget the realistic, very tough situation, like just seeing some ideal goal.
So let's go back to the beginning. You said that, I'm so sorry to hear, unfortunately, you found out that you were sick and you were losing vision. When did that happen? And what kind of shock you felt and what went through your mind?
So actually, I was not able to even share this experience before because I was in panic. I was very shocked about this experience, but nowadays I could tell. I'm victim of asymptomatic disease or glaucoma. I lost half of my vision in my right eye, but there's no symptom, there's no awareness for myself.
But you were
Accidentally,
losing vision. How you were losing
Right.
vision? You didn't feel it? You just thought there was something wrong with your eye? Or?
it happened to my right eye, and I thought that I might have a bad sleep last night. And usually we don't see using one eye, and I was too young. I'm 26, so there's no clue that
26.
I lost my vision. So that happened to me, unfortunately.
And how did you find out?
Actually, I did not find my problem in clinic. I found my problem accidentally. I met Dr. Tyler out of clinic. He found that I have a bad visual acuity because my lens is too thick. And then he recommended eye test. And then he's senior, I'm junior of the high school. I would like to keep that relationship and then just get the eye exam. But after
You
that,
went to the eye check because you want to keep the relationship, not because
Like-
you want to check your eyesight.
he's interested in some like kind of entrepreneur, and I was an entrepreneur on another business, and then
Right.
he's doctor, and then why not? And then I visit him and get the eye check. But after that, he reserved some emergency clinic in the university hospital. I should take a lot of tests, not only for the ophthalmic test, but also like brain MRI, because usually that never happened to those young age. I found that it happened to me, and I was in panic. Unfortunately, I was suffering glaucoma that is irreversible, and I already lost my vision. I was able to stop it, so there is no more progression. So that's the start of Mediwhale. So I started this company with my doctor, Dr. Tyler.
And how long did it take from, normal people, if they found they're losing vision, they would be devastated and not wanting to do anything. But for you, how long did it take? Like several months or several, half a year for you to pick yourself up and, build something with your doctor?
Yeah, it took like 6 months. I found a strong mission for myself, and I found that Dr. Tyler already have some ideas. We don't need so much time.
So what is that mission that you wanted to achieve, that you said earlier on that your friends think that you want to change the world? What's that vision?
So I would like to prevent asymptomatic disease or identified disease, and I would like to prevent severe diseases like cardiovascular or metabolic related. Also include the glaucoma. So that's my own mission, prevent another cavity in the world.
To build, you have this mission, you have this idea, and then you started to, go find your product market fit, go to market, etc. So from that 0 to 1, how did you achieve that 0 to 1?
So the idea that I could be the window to the human health and we could predict other organ diseases from the eye is quite novel, right? It's very tough to persuade doctors, especially doctors very conservative.
Rightly so, right? Because they are in charge of people's health.
Right. So safety is the most important mission to them. So they should be conservative. So we prepared a lot. Like I could be the biomarker for the future disease. We should validate that with many prestigious journals. Finally, we were able to persuade many doctors.
When you say that that vision, sorry, I'm going back a little bit. The vision that I can be a window to see early disease and stuff. Are there competitors out there around the world doing the same thing?
There are several groups are doing this. Many of them still staying in the research area, but definitely we are the first player, and we are the only player actually bring it in real clinical setting.
You mentioned earlier that the challenges you faced was to convince the doctors. What was the process? Like you cold calling them, you go to conferences and meet them, you write papers, and what was that tipping moment that they changed and they started to trust this innovation?
At the first time, looking back, the first time I made the appointment and I've got refers from another doctors and staying at the front of his office, meet him, and he said, and this is not reliable, go back. That's the first feedback. But after we published some prestigious journals and we established the sounding board, the key opinion leader groups, they're presenting our solution in the conference and they said, this is reliable solution. After that, we don't need to very actively reach out to them. We could get some contact from them. We are very popular in that conference demo. That is a tipping point, I think. Consensus building using the prestige journals and then some presenting in the major conference with KOL.
Which year you see that shift, from you wanting to sell your product to them to now they're interested in what you're doing?
End of 2020, we were published our first journal in the Lancet Digital Health. This is very important. Early of 2021, we published another Lancet Digital Health journal. These two things are key journals across 2022, 2023. We invite a lot of opinion leaders in this market, including cardiologists, endocrinologists, and Ministry of Health giving us some certificate for our solution. After that, like end of 2023, we could succeed persuade our first customer.
Who was your first customer?
Actually, University Hospital. The cardiologists and the endocrinologists fully understand our solution and they're quite confident. So they decided this is reliable solution and I could use in real clinical field. And then they started. That's a very important customer, like big 5 hospital in Korea, like 2,500 beds they have. Yeah, that's very important moment. I could not forget that.
How did you celebrate? Do you remember?
I celebrate in the office, like some writing another target list, long list. Okay, we adopted in this clinic, and then okay, let's find another.
Are you profit generating now?
Not actually. We are still minus.
Does that? I know building a business, right? This kind of things really weighs on you because you have a team. How big is your team now?
About 50 members as a full-time employee in our company, and over half are engineers or R&D.
So half of them are in R&D, and so now you're just sustaining yourself through the investors' money, right?
Right.
What's your investment cycle has been? You raised 35 million US dollars so far?
Yeah, 22 million US dollar nowadays.
Okay.
In total,
Yeah. How many in total? 2 rounds, right?
we have about 5 rounds.
So and from that front, from knocking on the doors of angel investors, VCs,
Right.
asking for money, what have you learned from the business side of the things?
I found that money is cold. Like our mission, I think sometimes it's very hot, but money is cold. All companies' mission are generating revenue and generative
Value.
the profit value, right?
What do you mean money is cold?
Money looking at money. Money don't looking at mission.
True. Yeah. I mean, another startup founder I spoke to out of Asia, he said that he found the investors in this powder world are not as willing to take risk. So they tend to pile on to companies who are already had early success, and then they want to, jump in, but they don't really take the risk. They're less courageous as compared to the Western counterparts to really bet on a concept an early stage. Do you have the same feeling?
Yes, similar feeling actually.
So I know that as a founder, you have to, tell your stories to investors, right? And sell the dream and sell the vision. But as you said, that's not necessarily what they're looking at. So what are they looking at? Is it your R&D muscle? Is it your operational, fluency?
Money does not follow the mission, but investors are thinking about the mission because we would like to see the willingness or passion and some team up of the company. And mission-driven teams are achieving amazing things. So, and then they are still considering the mission. So that's very important part to persuade them. And also like data set or some real world evidence, strong consensus of our solution and intellectual properties. Those are very important point for investment.
Now, Medwhale is in several international markets and are on your way to the US. As you expand globally, what lessons have you learned?
The first thing, every markets are similar. Doctors' perspective, what doctors looking at, and what doctors are expecting. Those things are very similar. Second thing, Korean market is very good market to explore, experiment, to validate our solution, like a pilot market, because Korean doctors are very picky. Standard is very high. Yeah. So very easy to get feedback from them, and then to meet their standard is very tough. But after that, it's like very high quality and highly completed solution. We found that so many doctors are passionate our solution. American Diabetes Association or American Society of Preventive Cardiology or some European Diabetes Society, like we are so popular to them.
How many markets are you operating in or you have collaborations with?
So 5 countries in Europe, actually in EU and UK as well. So total 6 countries in Europe, two countries in Middle East, and 3 countries in Southeast Asia. And we are getting FDA approval, targeting early of next year, and then we will launch our solution in the US as well.
How important is the US market for you?
US market is a kind of landmark, the biggest market in the world and the most reliable market in the world. But also, actually, US market needs our solution at most. There's a huge gap between the patient and the provider. They do not care some prevention, but they were very focused on some diagnostic solution. I mean, with symptomatic disease. But nowadays, they changed the paradigm to the preventive health. So care to cure to care, because there's a huge gap and there's a lot of cost for that. So US market needs our solution at most. This is the biggest market in the world, and this is the most beloved market. So US market is very important for Mediwhale.
Mediwhale started, it was before this AI hype kickstarted by ChatGPT, right? But it's not large language model; it's deep learning. So how does this, the ChatGPT infused AI craze or hype affected your business?
I'm just looking at AI as just a tool. So our AI is the most effective tool to prevent asymptomatic disease. So ChatGPT could understand what people are saying, what is the logics from the human, but our one is working differently. Our AI is working beyond human cognition. So doctors could not see any signal of cardiovascular disease through the eye, but our AI could do that. So this is very unique, and this is the most effective tool.
At this stage, are you? What's the biggest challenge for you? Do you think is it continue to update your product, or is it the sales and marketing?
Some retina captured cardiovascular prediction could be the new standard of cardiovascular care. It's a very novel and valuable idea, but still very challenging. So building a consensus for that idea and actually persuade, adopt it with healthcare system is very challenging. Insurance system persuading patients are still very challenging for us. So this is kind of some novel approach, like preventative care and asymptomatic disease care. Some existing healthcare system do not care much about the asymptomatic disease, but we are still doing well, like building a consensus among the key opinion leader across the world. It's tough. It took some time, I believe, but we'll make it.
Oh, how much is it to go through a scanning, and what's the success rate? How long? How much? And then what's the probability of it catches that, oh, I might have this disease, or I might future develop this disease?
It took only 3 minutes. That's enough for the eye capturing and AI calculation, the whole process. The price depends on the market, but it is definitely less than cardiac CT scan, and it is quite risk-free and much more accessible. It means that without those uncomfortable things, uncomfortable hurdles, patients could identify their future cardiovascular risk very precisely.
What's very precisely?
Same accuracy with cardiac CT scan.
So you mentioned in this healthcare ecosystem, there's the doctors, there's the insurance company, there's the patient. Sounds like the patients don't have much say. It's mostly the other two you need to convince for your innovation or whoever's innovation to be part of this ecosystem. Is this assessment correct?
Right. And in some view, no. We need to another consensus with a key opinion leader group and the government as well. Every insurance market are influenced from the government willingness. Even the US.
Oh yeah, the policymaker. I missed the policymaker.
Right.
Yes.
Policymaker.
Yeah.
And policymakers are hearing the doctor's opinion, KOL's opinion. US healthcare system, American Medical Association is very important to making the new code or some technology in the market. But still, patients are also very important. Their voice, and physicians do not hear some strong complaints for the patients. So those are also kind of important player, actually, I think.
Let's talk about leadership and company building. So there are 3 co-founders in your company.
Right.
The doctor who is on the medical side of things, And then you also have a CTO who's looking after the R&D, which is
Right.
crucial. How do you three allocate your responsibilities?
Oh, we have 6 leaderships internally. I'm in charge of thinking about the patient's perspective or what is a really valuable solution for patients. That's my role, I think. And then just influence my thoughts to other leaders. That's what I'm doing.
Are the company members all very young, mostly below 30? What's your work culture like? Do you work 996 or 24/7?
That's a very good question. So, AI engineers are generally young. So, our CTO is quite young, and our doctors is still young, around 80s, early 80s. But our CFO has over 15 years experience in the business operation. She graduated management background, Harvard MBA, and other two business leaders has over 10 years. One guy has a 20 years, one guy has 10 years experience in the medical device field. So not that too young, but still young and good passion to this business.
What kind of boss are you? Boss. You're the boss, right? You're the
Yeah.
CEO.
Ah,
What kind
yeah.
of boss are you?
Oh, that's very good question. So, I would like to say I'm empowering people, but holding them all accountable. So I prefer like proactive person and very execution-based person. Strategic and logical approach is very important. So I share all the things. Actually, if they agree, if they share their plan and their strategic approaches, I will take the responsibility. So that's very important thing. I think even I'm very young, but I try to share the process of the decision making, and then I take the responsibility.
Do you think is there any Korean like a cultural background and shaped the way you lead different from, for example, like U.S. tech founders or Chinese tech founders?
Hmm. In some points, yes. I think I met several U.S. and entrepreneurs, and then I found that they know how can do with a novel technology, novel medical technology. U.S. Usually U.S. is the first market for every medical technology. You know, even it's from some Israel, even it's from Japan, or even in some other market. Usually they are bring it to the U.S. market. So U.S. entrepreneurs usually understand what play they need to do with a novel medical technology. So that's very important, like business imagination and some understand the approach, uh, launching with a new technology. That's very important. Some talent, I think. In Korea, uh, in culture, responsibility is very important. I think I'm that kind of too. So, like, bring it to the end, even it's go dead or go IPO or exit. Take all the responsibility as an entrepreneur. It's good talent for investors. It's not a good talent for the entrepreneurs of its own, I think. But still, that's what I have, and it's good for a company, I think.
You mentioned exit plan going forward. Where do you think Mediwhale will be in 5, 10 years time?
Actually, it depends on the profitable and some like how much revenue we could get in the market. But we expect that rapid revenue growth in this year and next year. Korean market is the most prioritized market for ourselves.
Korean stock market has done so well this year.
Right, you know that.
So what kind of valuation are you seeking?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I could not answer that with our number, but the biggest market in the healthcare AI area, they achieved around over $1 billion US. And another company, they are producing the hardware adapted software, and recently they achieved over 500 million US valuation. Actually, it's 600 million. Yeah, those companies are our target.
So unicorn.
Yeah, unicorn valuation.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, over 1 billion.
Would that be a dream for you? Have you always wanted to be an entrepreneur since young?
Oh, not actually. Unicorn 1 billion is not our goal. Like, yeah, sorry, sometimes I'm naive, but like, our
have bigger
doctrinal solution. Right. My dream is like this. Our solution is working in some area I've never been, distributed across the world, all the countries in the world, and I'm just visiting those countries, what happening in that area. That's my dream.
I mean, on this helping people on a personal level, do you have any like anecdotes or stories or case studies to share? Like, you met a patient who, thanks to your technology, and detected the disease earlier and changed the course of his or her life.
Actually, that's the most thing I feel proud of myself. I would like to say two life-saving cases in Korea and Dubai. So in Korea, one woman, 40 years old, so she has a hypertension, she has a ophthalmic disease, but there is no symptom for the hypertension. She don't feel that any symptoms for the cardiovascular disease. She visited ophthalmologist clinic. She got doctoral test. She identified as a high risk from our solution. So doctors referred her to the cardiologist clinic. Cardiologists find that 80% stenosis in her coronary artery. In a week, she referred to the some coronary stent, and we saved her life. Another case in Dubai, he's a 46 years old man. He got diabetes and some not a good some metabolic condition, but still there's no symptoms. He's got coronary calcium score, cardiac CT is 0, with no risk for the coronary artery. But our doctoral CVD classified him as a high risk. There's some conflict of results. Doctors made the decision refer him to the cardiologist. He got angio-CT, I mean more advanced test to see the actual coronary artery shape, and then he's classified as a severe coronary artery, and then he's got some stent procedure in his coronary artery. We saved his life as well.
That's the kind of stuff that keeps you going, right? Lastly, maybe in the past decade, when you're running, not even decade, not yet, but like close to a decade, what was the biggest mistake that you think Mediwhale make? Like, something you wish you could have done differently?
I think human resource things are the most, and I did a lot of mistakes. So every time people are leaving from Mediwhale without our willingness, I feel regret all the time. Even if the case is not meet our standard or is too talented, I feel I made the wrong decision. At least every week, I regret my choice, and HR is the most important thing, and I feel that's the most part I did the mistake.
What quality are you looking for in employees when you decide to hire someone? What is the most important quality you're looking for?
So basically, I think that ethics of the role of him or herself is very important. I think internally prepared is very important for that job, and also some ownership. Like sharpen or target and sharpen R&R, but still very open to expand his or her area. Open mind about that is very important for a startup.
And you said when people leave, when their HR people come and go, and you feel you regretted the mistakes. What mistakes did you make, and what have you learned from those mistakes?
He is not qualified of that standard, but I did a mistake. Or somebody's enoughly qualified, but he's not. Sometimes he or she is greedy, too greedy, not looking at our mission, but just his own plan, and let's make it like, okay, company's just company. And
too much ego, personal
too much,
ego.
right. Those kind of, so I made a mistake.
So it's reading the people. I guess we will have to learn along the way, all throughout our life. So Kevin, do you think you are on the right track? Are you happy?
Oh, that's a very good question. Sometimes I remind that question for myself before sleeping or some taking showers, and then I'm every time I feel that okay, it's not bad. I'm working for myself, and I'm sometimes I'm overpromising. I overpromise something, but I think it's not bad. This life is not bad.
Thank you so much, Kevin. That was Kevin Choi, the co-founder and CEO at Mediwhale, based out of Korea. That was Kevin Choi, co-founder and CEO at Mediwhale, a Korea-based healthcare tech company. If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps us to bring more stories from founders and innovators and leaders shaping a